Hey, what's going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Marvel Strike Force. Today we have some brand new stuff that's kicking off today on Monday. We also have the release of Mr. Fantastic MCU, who I am going to be pulling for today. And as usual, a lot of Scopely screw-ups. I was wondering how I was going to say it, but that's really it. We're going to talk about some of these, including free diamonds for the Fantastic Four MCU. You know, those Franklin Richard diamonds that are in the leaderboard right now? Well, some of us maybe don't need to bother with that. Well, I mean, aside from G20s, of course, but the diamonds part, well, looks like some of us have already got that. We'll talk about that and more in today's video. So let's boil this down. Okie dokes. So, just after the reset, not for very long, but basically you were able to purchase diamonds for the Fantastic Four MCU using accursed diamond credits. Now, I was able to take advantage of that. That was a screenshot of my own character, so I did manage to pick up a diamond for Franklin Richards, and now I don't know if they are going to do anything about this. I don't know if maybe they just sweep this under the rug and believe that this that wasn't a problem. But they are available in the leaderboard for the fifth force that's ongoing right now. Now most of it is for the top 1,000. Top 250 for three diamonds, but otherwise, the diamonds for Franklin are here. Now you can also pull his diamonds in these fantastic diamond orb fragments, but the fact that I was able to circumvent this a little bit, and because I'm not using my accursed anyways, I had this credit, right, the accursed diamond credit. I used that, and I paid 80 for over here for the other characters for the Fantastic Four. You could also buy the 2 diamond variant. Now they've fixed it because now it's the Fantastic Four diamond credit, but for about a half hour, I think, it was under the accursed diamond credits. So some people did manage to pick up multiple. They had those accursed diamond credits and they weren't using it. Some people did manage to pick those up using the accursed diamond credits. So if that was you, congratulations, and maybe that's going to help you, because what we know about diamonds for new characters is that they're essentially going to be only available through leaderboard events, maybe through these orbs, but otherwise they're going to be through the chapter currency, because they talked about this in a blog post where basically this is the new norm, right? So the elite store is going to be pushed back, I think, about 2 months. So you won't be able to, 2 months more than normal anyways, in terms of being able to pick up diamonds for new characters. So just wanted to talk about that before we get started with the rest. Now, I am going to be pulling for Mr. Fantastic here today. Oh, before we get started with that, actually, there is going to be some news. So just wanted to kind of bring this up over here as well. Just over down here, maybe I can zoom in using my data mines. Little scene here. So right there at the bottom, we are aware of the following issues and actively investigating. Mr. Fantastic MCU path orbs are incorrectly giving invisible woman orbs. Now, as of recording, this is still the case. Maybe they'll have fixed it by the time you watch this, but anyways, that's an issue. So if you were thinking about spending on those path orbs, it's it's effed up a bit. Also, the showcase apparently is having some issues, and we talked about this, about the diamond credits. It says it's going to be fixed. They haven't really talked about whether or not there's going to be any compensation for that. Also, I wanted to talk about something else here. Let me change screens here. Is this. So I could have just shown the command center, but anyways, the command center weekly apparently is having some buggy issues too. If you've done Franklin Richards showcase and it's still not actually saying that it's been cleared, that is still the case for me. Hopefully they fix that later. I'll have to attempt it again later and clear it again and see what happens, I guess, because I've done the missions and it's not passing this. So I don't know what's going on there. What's my third screenshot? Oh yeah, apparently the Human Torch, the costume, the Flame On costume, is available for Google Play points. Now, I don't know much about this because I don't really use Google Play points and that kind of stuff, but apparently it is available for 1,500 points that you can kind of see here on the screen. And for some reason, I don't know why OBS doesn't show my cursor, because like I'm waving my cursor around and I can't see it on my recording. Anyways, 1,500 Google Play points for this that you can get. I think it's $1 per 100, right? So 15 US dollars worth of Google Play points if you want to buy this, but it's not actually available in game that I'm aware of. So that's a little bit weird that you can't actually, I don't think there's any offers available for the costume yet at this point. So I'm not sure when it's going to go live. The tower is going to go live at 5 o'clock Pacific time. So as of recording, I think I'm at 3 o'clock right now. So yeah, in about an hour and 50 minutes. Now I think that's where you're going to get more of the currency for. That's the Genesis. I'm assuming, anyways, that's where the Genesis orb fragments are going to be, because as far as the fifth force goes, the only way to get points is campaign energy, Genesis orb fragments, which the only thing that's going to be this week is got it. It's just the tower. I don't know if the tower is going to have a leaderboard within it as well, but that's also where the diamonds for Thing, the 3 diamond for Thing and Human Torch will be. Last time they ran a tower for Punisher and Electra diamonds, but that did have a leaderboard. So I'm not really entirely sure what's going on with this. We'll see when it goes live. It shouldn't be that difficult to clear, honestly. If it's the same one from April, which I think it will be, it was pretty easy to do. So we'll see what ends up happening. These scores are pretty low milestone points wise, and the Genesis orbs themselves are not super great. They do have some characters in it, but it's mostly Vigilantes and Thunderbolts. And it also includes some of the older characters like Elektra, Ghost, Taskmaster, all in the end. So really, the new characters are like, what is that? 5.5%, so 11, 22, 33% that you're getting, any of the newer characters. So it's like 1/3 is okay, the rest is trash. So, and it's the same over here as well. So that's a little bit unfortunate. There's some golden training modules, but there is no gear tier 20 mini. So there is the Genesis orb. It is not super great. Before we get into the data mines, though, I am going to be pulling for Mr. Fantastic MCU. I apologize that I did not get a video out this morning talking about this because I was hungover. I drank last night and I'm still kind of not under the weather, which is why I'm not on screen, because you don't want to see me right now. So that's why I didn't get out my Should You Core Mr. Fantastic video. But we're going to be doing this instead. We're going to be pulling for him here today and see how lucky we are or not. I have 24,000 cores, and we're going to see how much of that gets used up today to unlock Mr. Fantastic. And my goal is, like I said, I think last week or maybe on the weekend or whenever I talked about it, is that I'm going to be using my intel to unlock Invisible Woman and not use power cores, because I just feel the power cores are going to be more important for me to use on Franklin Richards, and then I'll have all 5 characters unlocked. Invisible Woman will be entering the intel store later on this week. So let's get started. Maybe I'll get lucky, right? Maybe I'll get a 180. Starting with a 6, not super hot. I did get 3 shards from like his 1 path orb that I managed to get. Don't know if it's going to make a difference, though. We got a blue drop. We got a 10, so that brings me up to 19. All right, another green, 25. We need to get luckier than this, guys. 33 shards. We're a third way there. Can I get some better luck here, please? Please. 10, 43 shards. Got another one. These are not pink, purple drops. I think that's 49. That's such a weird number. We're at 49. We need 51. Come on. Okay, got another blue. Got a 10. It's better than a 6. Okay, 59. A lot of greens. Nothing good. This is awful. I hate coring for characters, but honestly, it's like, what are you gonna do, right? It's Marvel Strike Force. I never seem to get that lucky on character or pulls. I need 20. I need 19 more actually. This was awful. This was awful. We were at 23,000, right? Maybe I'll get really lucky on my last one. Oh my god, is that? I have to pull one more. God damn it. Okay, we got a blue. We got a 10. We're at 109, right? But I did pull about 8,000 power cores worth. It's fine. It is what it is, right? There is Mr. Fantastic unlocked. I will max him out, and I don't know. Am I going to be able to use him right now very much? Here, I'm going to remember not to do what I did with Songbird, because that royally fucked me. And so I'm going to make sure that I don't go to 20 just yet, because I don't want to screw myself. And we're going to do this. And then I need to go and remind myself to go and pull some red stars for him as well, and if you're asking me what ISOs to put on him, I don't know yet. Honestly, I don't know. Let's see how, right, 25, there we go. Make sure you get that 7 actually. Make sure you get these red stars, because they're not going to be available for some time as well once they go away. So that's going to be a big thing. There we go. That's Mr. Fantastic unlocked, and that's going to give me some additional points for this milestone as well. Make sure that you just use them into anything. You can't sim with him. Apparently, it has to be like an actual battle, like a manual battle. So make sure that you just go into Blitz or Arena or whatever and just do an attack just to get those 3,000 points. So there we go for Mr. Fantastic. And I want to also talk about the data mines too. It looks like there's no change there, but I do have the data mines channel. There's a couple of things here that I want to talk about before we. Where's my data mines? There we go, data mines. We talked about this already. We talked about this stuff. Okay. The Baxter building. So this is the Fantastic Four team tower. Now, what's interesting about this though is that there's an Omega Baxter tower. I don't know if was this the. I don't think this was the case for the Accursed, right? I think it was just the one tower. But if you see here, the Baxter building battle up the tower, bring in the Fantastic Four team or other teams, and battle to the top of the tower to earn devilishly amazing rewards. Not sure why they had to use that word. Is that's like a Mephisto hint almost. But what's interesting is that it doesn't seem to be like required to use this team. That you anyone can do these levels. And then the Omega Baxter Tower battle up a challenging tower, bring in the Fantastic Four MCU team or other teams as I don't understand this here. And also the requirements are also just 5 characters at purple level 3. It doesn't even maybe there's going to be arena text active in this, but if you can use other characters, that would be really weird, right? Because if you could use anyone, like what's the whole point then? I don't know. Maybe the text is wrong. This is the one thing where maybe this might be subject to change, or it just was coded a bit weird. So we'll have to wait and see more about that. But I think this is super weird. Also down below here, you can see that they're getting ready for what we talked about with Quasar, right? The what do you call it? The strike. What was that? We talked about it up here, right? Strike. Where was it? Where was it? We talked about it. Was it not in here? Oh, the strike asset. That's what I was talking about the other day, right? So here they're talking about how they're going to be called special guests, or that's going to be the tag trait for this. You can see city villain, city hero, global villain, global hero, legendary cosmic. This is all Dark Dimension 8 stuff. Non-legendary city villain or special guest. So it seems to be the new tag that they're going to be running, at least starting with Quasar as being one of the asset or special guest characters for that. So that's really cool. That's going to be for the entire Dark Dimension that you can basically pull Quasar into. And I think this is going to help a lot of people, especially in the city villain section, because it is one of the worst for Dark Dimension 8. So that should help a lot of people out who are still needing to run that. Aside from that, but what's going on in the game, yeah, the command center. Make sure that you're doing this every day. If you still need to get your red stars for Null, make sure you're doing your Sim Blitz battle with Null, or even just doing this to get, I don't know, it's not even Dark promo creds, right? It's like whatever the refund is for that. The Harbinger finale, you have to wait for your arena payout for this. It also says that we're going to be getting some from the Battle Lab Tower, which again is going to be going live pretty soon. Now, I'm probably not going to be doing a video on that because if it's exactly the same as April, I just don't think it's going to be very difficult. You see the weekly stuff there, and then we have Harbinger Week 3, which is just earning gold, super easy as well. Now, I hope that the unstable cells. Yeah, it is from the tower, because right here, I was like, how am I getting 190,000 unstable cells over here? Because, that is a lot, right? That's more than I'm getting from Arena. So it's got to be from the tower as well, like I said. And then we're going to have the Danger Room on Friday for X-Men. So just make sure to keep an eye on that. And then Rally the Hood, super easy. You just have to do your raid battles. You're getting some Path Orbs, and at the very end, in 7 days or on the last day, make sure you're doing this because we're going to get 100 shards. And if you miss any single day, you are not going to get the shards for the hood. So just something to keep in mind as well. Otherwise, yeah, the game's been a bit buggy here at Reset, but I hope that things improve. And yeah, I guess that's it for me for today. And that's it for now. So I'll see you guys all on the next video. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll be greatly helping out the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.